Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of WDW After Dark right here on YouTube, the Disney webcast for adults. I'm your host, Jeff Davis, sitting in for Al John Go, who is at an event this evening, so he might be joining us a little bit later. But the talking heads are back once again to talk about everything that has to do with Disney, the Disney company, the Disney parks, Marvel, Disney gaming, Star Wars, all kinds of different stuff that we cover here on the show. We've got a lot of great headlines to get to this evening, and we'll have some fun along the way. We definitely go off into a few, tangents every now and then of we start a subject and we go off into another subject for some reason, and we don't know why, but it just happens. But we are definitely glad that you're joining us here on Google Plus and on YouTube. Remember that you can always follow WDW After Dark by checking us out on Twitter at WDW After Dark, and we also have our Facebook page as well. So once again, welcome to the show. I want to introduce the talking heads, as we like to call them here on WDW After Dark. And first, he is the host of the Sorcom Review every single Tuesday morning on Sorcerer Radio over at srsounds.com at 8 a.m. It is Mr. Eric Allen. Eric, good evening, sir. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? I'm a talking head. Go figure.
Go figure, you're a talking head. Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm
How was your week?
The week was busy as all get out, and I am glad that it is over.
Yeah. It's Friday.
Yes.
It's the end of the work week, It's a 3-day weekend for a few people here and there. Yeah. That's actually kind of good because we got, Columbus Day coming on Monday?
Columbus Day, yes.
Those government workers like me, we had I have a 4-day weekend, but government employees are off. Oh yeah, I mean I get every other Friday off. It's kind of nice, and the military just kind of happens to work their Fridays to make it to where when a holiday like on Monday comes up, we end up having a 4-day weekend. So wow. I was off today, and I'll be off on Monday. So it's a nice little vacation at home, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. So
it's a staycation.
It's a staycation, exactly. Yeah, right. So, but good. I'm glad that you had a fantastic week. Also, another one of our talking heads here on the show. He is the host of Disneyland Magic every single Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com, Mr. William Hershey. Will, how are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing awesome now. I'm under a week now from going to Disney. Yeah.
Under a week, yes, that is right. You, this time next week, on next Friday, you will actually be at Walt Disney World enjoying Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party, right?
That's right. I'm going to be getting my sugar rush on. I'll be joining the rest of my villains.
Are you going to be taking Kermit and Olaf there with you, or are they staying back and watching the house for you?
Yeah, they're going in the suitcase.
Going in the suitcase. Where did you get your Kermit at? Where did you pick him up?
I don't know. I've had him for quite a few years now. I think I actually rescued him from one of those machines, with the claw.
Claw is our master.
Oh, the
Claw
claw.
decided who's who will stay.
So it's like one of those Walmart machines that you put like $2 in, and you end up spending $15 for a $5 plush animal.
Something like that. I think I was actually at like a Perkins or a Cracker Barrel or something. I was like, I was bored.
Yeah, I've got a Cracker Barrel over here that I never go to, but I love Cracker Barrel because it's so damn good. I don't know what it is. It's just.
Give me that double meat breakfast there, buddy.
Right?
Yes. Right? Get that turkey sausage. Get those egg beaters.
Yeah. I love their chicken fried steak. Their chicken fried steak and gravy is like mother's milk. God. I just bathe in it probably. It's some really good stuff.
Meatloaf's good too, I'm telling you.
Yeah. So, Will, how many days are you going to be staying at the Walt Disney World Resort?
I'm going for a quick weekend, actually. I will be there from, I'm arriving like midday Thursday, right. Or Wednesday. Nope. Yeah, Thursday. And Friday, Saturday, and a little bit Sunday, and I'm coming back.
Okay. Just a quick turnaround, but still going to be in the world for a couple of days and getting to enjoy a few things. I myself I'm 14 days away from leaving for my Walt Disney World vacation. Eric, how about you? When's your next Walt Disney World vacation coming up?
It depends. When are you paying for me to go?
I'll look into that one. I'll get back to you on that. I'll get back to you on that. All right. Just God, I don't want to leave you out, Eric. I mean, me and Will are sitting here going to Walt Disney World, and you're just kind of.
Well, I'm just sitting here going like, "Hey, y'all have fun."
You know what? That's okay because unlike me and Will, you've got Disney Infinity 2.0 to keep your time.
Why? Yes, I do.
Yes, you do, and all those wonderful, little figures to play with, and the toy box. How is Infinity going, by the way? Are you?
Infinity's going good. We got the Guardians of the Galaxy playset the other day. The main problem I have right now with the game is that the storylines are really short compared to last time around. It's like, you can have all the challenges done and just like if you sit down and just do it all the way through, you can do it in a day.
Yeah.
And doesn't have to be a long day either.
Really?
Yeah.
You did say that some of them took about, a few hours just to complete and be done with?
Yeah. I mean, you can start it all over, but the toy box is still, it's still, there are a lot of new features, and I didn't have enough time to go over them in the review that I gave in the last show. No, the toy box has really been expanded. They've really upped their game on that one.
Good. I'm glad you still have that. I'm still on the fence if I want to pick it up or not. I haven't decided, so on my Black Friday list, I think that's where I'm.
Black Friday list. Yes. Yeah. I say get it.
It might be worth it. I don't think I dedicated enough time to the original Disney Infinity from last year. So that's another reason why I'm on the fence on whether or not I want to pick it up. So,
I mean, you could have Captain America playing right alongside Perry the Platypus, and tell me that's not worth getting the game for it right there.
Honestly, just don't know right now. I really don't know. I don't know. But it is great to have both of you here for WDW After Dark. We were supposed to have one other member of the team showing up tonight, Dan Barnes, one of our DJs over on Sorcerer Radio. He is the host of E-Ticket Time every single Monday during your lunch hour, and he is covering the New York Comic-Con this weekend. It's a really big event, a lot of different things going on. I mean, he is literally probably running around with his head cut off with all of the craziness that goes on. I mean, New York is almost like San Diego as far as scale. It's a very, very big Comic-Con, lots of different panels, lots of booths to check out and everything else. We tried for the last, 40 minutes to get him here on the broadcast for Google Plus and YouTube, and he was having the same problem that Eric was having about 3 weeks ago when we started using Google Plus and YouTube. And I think I sent him like 20 to 25 invites on Google Plus, and they just never popped up for him. So we're going to continue. I'm going to continue throughout the show to send him those invites, and hopefully he will be getting them. Just going to have to wait and see. But we are going to try our best and see if we can't get him on so we can find out some of the different things that have been going on at the New York Comic Con this weekend. Of course, he is sending stuff out on Twitter as well, and probably Facebook. I think I've seen a couple of things on Facebook from him today. And also our friend over at Inside the Magic, Ricky Briganti, is also retweeting his tweets and stuff like that, working in collaboration with us to get all this information out for you guys. So definitely check out Dan on Twitter and also on Facebook. I wish I knew Dan's Twitter handle. For some reason, it's eluding my brain right now.
Here's what you do. You go to Twitter and you do a hashtag search for hashtag SRNYCC.
There you go. Oh, wow, you're good.
Stuff. That'll pull his stuff up.
Okay, good. So that's how you check it out and see what Dan's going to be up to at the New York Comic Con going on this weekend. Lots of different panels as far as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and so many others. I mean, he sent out some pretty good video today of some great stuff. So check him out on Facebook as well if you're a friend with him. Want to thank our sponsors for keeping us going here on WDW After Dark. Of course, First Fandango. It's the nation's largest movie ticketing service. If you're going to be going to see a Disney movie here pretty soon, like Big Hero 6 or something else, make sure you click over on WDWAfterdark.com and click on that Fandango link to pick up your tickets before you get to the movie. That way you're guaranteed a seat. Also, thanks to DirectToDrive.com, where you can download and play in minutes, literally 2,000 plus PC games and so much more, so check them out, directtodrive.com. Also, Entertainment Earth, where it's a world premiere retailer since 1996 of action figures, toys, gifts, collectibles, all kinds of stuff that you can check out on the internet. Entertainment Earth at entertainmentearth.com. And finally, Halloween Express, offering the absolute largest selection of Halloween merchandise on the planet. You want to check that out because, hey, Halloween's only a couple of weeks away.
Don't tell me that. I still need to get my costume.
Well, then head over to HalloweenExpress.com. All you have to do is click on the link. That's how you help the show keep running, keep the website running so that we can bring you this content every single week, in and week out, up until the holidays, of course, when we're all gone and busy.
Yeah, for real.
Excuse me. Goodness gracious.
Oh, we do have turkey there in your throat there, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. So lots of headlines to get to this evening, especially when it comes to the Walt Disney World Resort. We are going to be talking about the latest act to make its way to the World Showcase there over next to Canada, and we're talking about wood choppers, lumberjacks. We'll be discussing the new show that's hit over there and the reaction here as far as the talking heads go. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to watch any video on it, or maybe you've seen it over at Walt Disney World. We'll cover that. We'll also cover some Disneyland news from Will Hershey. He's got a few things he wants to talk about, and also some gaming news for Disney that Mr. Eric Allen is going to talk about. And Eric, I think we're going to start with you this evening. Let's get to our gaming news, and tell me what is going on.
Okay, well, first and foremost, we have Disney Infinity 2.0. I bet you can't think that was coming. That has now been introduced to PC. They've had it, Disney has had the PC version of the original game out for a while, right. But now they have added in 2.0 edition. You can download the base toy box for free, but you have to buy virtual play sets if you want to play the play sets online. Now, here's the thing: if you have bought the figure, the actual figure, you should see this. This is the card. This is the card with the web code that comes with every one of them. This, of course, came from the Guardians playset. over here, you've got the web code, and don't try to freeze frame it and get the code off of it. I've already used it, bitches. So you don't get to use this one, but you can enter in yours when you buy it.
Just a reminder, WDW After Dark is live and uncensored, bitches. So, God, Eric.
Okay, homies. All right, but regardless, you can play the virtual version of the toy that you have bought on the PC. Now, you may be wondering, well, that's good. You got to figure they've been making money off of this. Well, yes, they have, as a matter of fact. Disney Interactive, just to give you a little bit of backstory on this, Disney Interactive, which is, of course, Disney's gaming unit, it lost $1.4 billion, with a B, from fiscal year 2008 to fiscal year 2013. Now,
billion?
Billion.
like
billion.
Like billion?
Yes.
Gosh. $1 billion. That's a ton of money. Good
like
God.
Carl Sagan, billions and billions dollar bills. So,
kind of like
back in,
Kubit.
Yeah. Back in March of, I want to say 2013, but it laid off about 1/4 of the workforce, cut the number of games it develops, and focused its advertising more on mobile stuff. Now, fast forward to May of this year, Disney reported global sales of the original Disney Infinity of $550 million.
Wow.
Million. That's almost half of the $1.4 billion it lost. More like a third, but it's, you figure. Sales of the game helped the interactive unit post a $14 million profit for the quarter.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's his name? Jimmy Pitaro, I may be mispronouncing his name, president of the interactive unit, says, quote, what did I say?
Just keep going, it's okay.
Okay.
Interactive unit.
Yeah. You said unit. All right. Anyway. He said, quote, we will be a $1 billion
interactive
franchise. Excuse me there, sir. Is your interactive unit fully functional?
No, I ain't got no signal.
Okay, there you go.
I didn't use my code yet.
Punch that code on my interactive unit, please.
Okay. So,
my code's bigger.
How do we ever get through a news segment? I just want to know.
I have no idea.
Have we ever gotten through one yet?
You said, I didn't say.
Okay, all right.
It's your fault.
All right.
Careful how you use the word unit on this show. I mean, my God.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, the unit said revenue was up from this past year to this year, was up 45% to $266 million for the third quarter this year. And its operating income for the third quarter was up to $29 million, compared with a loss of $58 million last year.
Is that 58 million units or just dollars?
Please, get your mind out of the unit, please. I am trying to do a serious news story here.
Yeah, that's what she said.
For a change.
Keep going.
Okay. But just think about this. One game has caused this turnaround. One game. You think that's not a game changer? Pun intended?
I think it is a game changer. Can you imagine what 3.0 is going to do with Star Wars?
I can fully amount that.
We all know how much bigger Star Wars is than Marvel. Okay, leaps and bounds.
there's no doubt in my mind that that Infinity 3 is going to be Star Wars featured. Because if you remember in the first one, you get the lightsaber. If you get, that's your reward for getting all the figures,
yes,
and getting them up to at least level 1.
Right.
This time around, your reward for getting all the figures and getting them up to at least level 1 is rumored to be Luke's Landspeeder. So, I mean, that's 2 strong hints right there.
It is.
I can't see it. I can't see anything coming out, and it makes me wonder, what Disney characters are going to come out with it. So, but I can tell you that there is a Cars game on the horizon. Another one.
We already have one.
This one is coming out for mobile. It's going to be available on iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Android, and Windows Phone.
I saw that the other day.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I have to bring it up on my phone. Hold on.
It is called Cars Fast as Lightning, and it's developed in partnership between Gameloft and Disney Interactive. Let's see here. As you plunge into the Cars universe, players of all ages can go up against each other in explosive races. There it is, right there.
Yep, there it is.
That can be completely customized with nitro boost, controls, other surprises. You get to play up to 20 different Cars characters, and you can build your own radiator springs. You have iconic buildings and locations. Yeah, see, there you go.
I know that's hard to see, but
yeah,
I mean, it really looks like a lot of fun. I should have downloaded it.
It should sound really good too, because they actually brought in Owen Wilson to voice Lightning McQueen for this one.
That's awesome, and you know what? Already on Google Play Store, over 1,000 downloads and a rating of 4.2. That's not bad out of 5 so far.
How much is it going for over there? Because the news story that I'm looking at does not have a price on it.
It is free of charge. Now, that does not mean that there are not in-app purchases that can be made. Remember that.
Got it.
Yeah, but it is, as far as Google Play is concerned, it is free of charge to download.
Okay. So
what I'm doing tonight.
I think I may have to do it too. So there you go. That's those are the stories that I've got for this go around.
That's what you got for this one? Fantastic. Love it. Good stuff, man. Thank you very much. Let's move on to some California, Anaheim, Disneyland news. Mr. William Hershey, what do you have for me this evening?
I got quite a bit tonight.
Well, talk to me, buddy. What you got?
All right. For many of you guys out there who've been to Disneyland already and seen the changes, they put up a whole bunch of railings and so forth around the park to keep guests safe. They've added them, around the castles and so forth around the moat, just to keep people from falling in. Apparently there have been people that fell in, but apparently there's been no deaths, and apparently everything is fine with that field. But apparently they wanted to put them. Sorry, I saw a little kid on TV using the word apparently a lot. And
God.
So yeah, they put up a whole bunch of new railings to keep people safe, and you'll notice them whenever you get to the park, as well as they've put up a whole bunch of signs for rules and regulations. Apparently, people haven't been following these rules, and they wanted to let people know what the rules were in case they get kicked out of the park.
Right.
Such as they're allowing e-cigarettes and so forth now in certain restricted areas, as well as they want to make it clear that you have to supervise your children if they're under the age of 14, and because we've all, yeah.
You want to supervise your children when they're using the e-cigarettes.
Gee.
I
No,
promise
son.
you, that's exactly what happened.
Hey,
This is how you properly do it, right? Mm.
Now, son, you got to get a good puff of smoke going.
You really make sure you push the button, because I didn't push the damn button. I'm such an idiot.
Son, you got to push the damn button. That's what
I must be 13 and under, because I don't know how to use the damn thing.
It's childproof. That's what it is.
No, it's just Jeff proof. That's what it is. I gotta change this battery out. Go ahead, Will. Sorry, we're taking over your newscast here.
Again, on the signs themselves, it all includes the existing stance on prohibiting weapons. Yeah.
Why is that even an issue? Why do you need to rehash, don't bring weapons to Disney? You know, I mean, think about it, people. Jeez. What? Eric brings out his Nerf gun.
What do you mean I can't bring this to Disneyland?
Is that really considered a weapon, though?
Tinkerbell, dadgummit.
I don't even know if that's really considered a weapon. If you think about it.
I can tell you for a fact that if you're not expecting to get hit with one of these things, and you get shot in the neck by your 11-year-old, it'll sting.
You bring that one, and I'll bring the Mega Thunderbow. How about that?
That'll work.
And we'll have a shooting contest.
We'll get on either side of California Adventure and just shoot.
Oh, that'll work. I like the sound of that.
No, I got it. These things, they will shoot about 100 feet. I figured that's the difference between the entrance to California Adventure and the entrance to Disneyland. You take one park, I'll take the other, and we'll just kind of shoot in the middle.
What's Will gonna do? Oh,
he's going to be the target.
We'll put him in the middle. That's good. I like that. That works. Will, is that okay with you?
It's the Yeti Chaser shooting.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, okay. Sure, why not? Again, we're sorry. We're taking over your broadcast here. Go ahead. No weapons at Disney.
Also on the signs, making it more clear, is allowing e-cigarettes in the designated smoking areas only.
For your 13-year-old.
Yes. Rules regarding inappropriate attire, including objectionable tattoos. So, yeah, you got to cover those tattoos there, Jeff.
I hate to break it to you. I ain't got none, dude. Sorry.
Oh,
not tattoo here.
I heard a little rumor you had a little stamp on the back of your...
I do not have a tramp stamp. Are you kidding me right now? Seriously, dude. Come on.
God, that's something you just can't unsee.
Children younger than the age of 14 at theme parks. The updates do not change prior Disney theme park rules, but rather reflect existing rules and make them more clear to people and put them in more easily accessible areas.
So not only am I under the age of 14, I'm a tramp now. So yeah. This show's starting off wonderfully. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And they also talk about being kicked out of the park and...
Jeff the Tramp. Hashtag that one.
What you'll be refunded for or not refunded for and so forth.
Jeff Tramp Stamp.
That's a good one.
Also going on is the Haunt Your Disney Side contest. Disney has announced a new contest. They should throw Halloween fans to haunt. Well, I guess you just take pictures of your interior design and so forth of your house and send them to Disney, and you're in this contest. Part of the contest is you can do your home decor, food and beverage, pumpkins, costumes, whatever, and you can submit those to, let me see here, you can enter them via Twitter, Instagram, and through the contest website. All the way up to, what is it, November 4th, looks like? Yes, all the way up to November 4th.
Okay.
So if you got a pretty ghoulish house or have a really good treat, send them in and maybe you can win something.
Ricky Briganti should send in pictures of his house.
You ready for this, Jeff?
What's that?
Anna and Elsa's Boutique opens.
Oh, God.
Disney Studio 365 reopened as Anna and Elsa's Boutique Monday morning, bringing a dedicated frozen store to downtown Disney. Wall coverings and decorations were replaced during the renovation. The heavy emphasis on glitter. A grouping of two mannequins dressed up as Anna and Elsa, accompanying a large Olaf sculpture.
Heavy emphasis on glitter. Yeah.
Phyllis would love that, I'm telling you.
Let it go, Jeff.
I'm sorry. I will never let it go.
Let's see. Anna and Elsa's Boutique houses display a certain are starting to become a popular photo spot for fans of Frozen. So you can expect large amount of groupings and traffic, in that certain area. Especially, well, I guess if you have small children or if you're a big fan of the Anna and Elsa movement, just go there, get your picture taken with the kiddos, and spend some money.
That's the money.
Show me the Frozens.
They also are taking. What else do they do? They'll do.
I love this whole thing from you, Will. Looking for another story here. It's like hashtag .
It's like Sports Center. Da 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 da.
Time for the news with Will.
Have your children's hairstyle or your hairstyle designed at the live studio or at Studio 365. You can expect to pay around $35 to $45 for this, and they are taking reservations.
Good grief. What is enough
Money.
enough?
Money.
Come on. Jeez.
But the big thing from this past week at Disney is the Mickey's Fun Wheel. If you haven't heard, it had an issue.
An issue?
But I guess it's not too fun then, is it?
It's probably not. I wouldn't think so.
Especially for those who are afraid of heights. Some guests were stranded on this for 90 minutes.
Are you serious?
At 100 above the ground. So, yeah, I would have been wigging out. I can handle heights as long as I'm moving like a roller coaster or something. And
Yeah.
you put me up someplace high like that and it's just rocking back and forth in a little tiny cage, I'm going to be flipping out.
I hope those people didn't have a fast pass. Seriously. Yeah, hurry up and get down!
Riders were reported via Twitter that Disney managers distributed bottled water, meal vouchers, and park tickets to each rider once they returned to solid ground.
I definitely hope. I just have this mental image, Will, of somebody in one of those big crane buckets going up to the people that are stranded on the top. It's like, hey, I know you're stuck up here with no way to go to the bathroom, but here's some bottled water. Here's some meal vouchers, too, in case you eventually get back down.
And here's some park tickets, and then a big gust of wind comes through and blows them away.
Oh!
Well, you got water and you got food. I hope you're happy. Stupid God. 90 minutes they were stuck up there. Gosh, I can't imagine. I cannot. I have enough problems just being on a Ferris wheel for 5 minutes. 90 minutes. I'd have lost my mind. Jeez. Goodness gracious. Anything else, Will?
Let's see, this past week. Oh, Disneyland's First Aid Center reopened at the Wish Lounge. That opened up on October 7th. Both facilities have been operating on a temporary locations on Main Street during the construction backstage corridor between the Town Square and Town Plaza. The Main Street locker also reopens October 31st. And in case you missed the registration for the Star Wars Half Marathon Weekend event, which opens October 7th, volunteer. You can volunteer through Run Disney website, and you have to be at least 14 years of age. And that's all I got.
That is Disneyland News with William Hershey.
And
Thank you, Will. Good job, man. Good job.
switch your team.
All right, let's move on to Walt Disney World news for this week. I have a plethora of stories to talk about.
A plethora.
A plethora. And I don't know if anybody else has caught this on Facebook or caught it on YouTube or anything else. But Disney Fairy Tale Weddings just got a burst of extra magic as officials announced a new wedding cake that you not only get to eat, you not only get to make memories with, but it also showcases important moments of reflections of the happy bride and groom. Wedding cake animation image mapping allows couples to fully customize their wedding cake by having favorite videos, photos, even inspirational quotes or sayings to be projected literally onto the cake. It's almost like a show at Cinderella's castle. When you see all the stuff projected on the castle, they're projecting things on the wedding cake now. It is so cool what they have done. Now, the latest wedding offerings brings together the elegance of a wedding reception and the technology used to bring special events to life, such as, Magic Kingdom's nightly Celebrate the Magic. I just mentioned, Cinderella Castle, projections, all that stuff and everything. But many other popular Walt Disney World movies come to life on the castle, and I think that's what they're going to do with these wedding cakes. Disney Park Blog gave readers a look at the newest wedding cake design last week. Did you guys catch this video on YouTube or on Facebook or anything?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Eric, what would you want on your wedding cake if you were to get married at Disney, there at Fairy Tale Weddings? What would you want on that cake? Think long and hard about this, because this is a pretty big stuff. Okay.
I'm tempted to say the ride-through of Maelstrom.
Jeez. No.
No,
Sorry.
No,
that was just terrible. Epic fail on your part. No.
I'm not big into the princess, the fairy tales, the happily ever after mantra.
Mm-hmm.
I know what. I would like the scenes from Up between Carl and Ellie.
That's actually a really nice thing. That's a good idea, Eric. I like that. Huh.
Except for the one where she dies.
That
scene out. Yeah.
Okay, take that out. That's probably a good idea.
Unless you just want something to reinforce the "till death do you part" kind of thing.
Okay, all right. William Hershey, what about you? What would be on your wedding cake?
Well, if I was going it at Disney, and I had money for that, I'd have somebody videotaping the whole event of people getting ready to go to Disney and recording various people and so forth, getting ready for this wedding or having fun at the parks before the wedding, the bachelor party. Well, maybe leave the bachelor party section out, stuff like that, and edit it all down and play that during the reception on the cake to show everybody's nerves and so forth moving up to the moment.
That's a very creative and well thought out response, Mr. Hershey. I'm extremely, extremely proud of you.
I took my little.
That was very good. I'm Eric. I'm so impressed with what he just said. That's.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
That's so messed up. That's so messed up, dude.
No. I thought it was surprisingly deep and introspective for the Yeti over there.
My question would be: is it just the bride and groom's cake, or can you do it for the groom's cake? Because if you could do this type of stuff for the groom's cake, I'd put like girls on poles dancing or something. Just make it interesting, make Daddy happy.
Following the reception, Jeff's divorce.
No, seriously, in all seriousness, no.
Hey, it's a Disney one, so he's got to have princesses doing the pole dancing.
That's not right.
Maybe not, but you're laughing.
If she were a big fan of Tron like I was, I would want some type of a Tron theme on my wedding cake.
Man, that would be awesome.
Yeah, either Tron or Pirates of the Caribbean. Could you imagine seeing the Black Pearl sailing across the front of your wedding cake on each level of it, each tier or whatever they call it?
Yeah, I could kind of see that.
That would be cool. That would be really neat. I'd like to see something like that. But if you're going to be getting married at Walt Disney World, there at Disney Fairy Tale Weddings, definitely ask them about that. I can't imagine what the price tag is going to be on something like that. But definitely a moment. What's that, Will?
The cheap ones are around $45,000.
Good God. Okay. He's exaggerating. He's just kidding. He's not serious.
It's like, well, honey, we can either get married or we can buy a Lexus. It's your choice.
That's about the truth, too. Yeah. Yeah. So ask him about it, get your pricing, and find out the pricing, let me know, because I'm kind of interested. Not that I'm getting married anytime soon, but, just out of curiosity, I'd like to know how much it costs. I will wait to talk about the Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show in a moment. We'll cover some of the other news stories first before we get to that one. But we do have a Walt Disney World merchandise update for you guys headed to the parks here pretty soon. Will, you might want to listen up. Now, of course, we have turned the calendar. We are in October, and it seems really only fitting about this time of year to have spooky things, spooky merchandise offered at the Walt Disney World Resort. So, for Haunted Mansion fans, pay attention. Through October the 12th, which is this weekend, you can purchase an attraction poster T-shirt, a Haunted Mansion attraction poster T-shirt. Check out the designs over on the Disney Parks blog. Visit the park event's official website in order to get the shirts. And what you need to do, though, allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. It's going to take a little while, and there'll also be some special promotion offering 2 shirts for just $40. Now, their regular price is $24.95, so 2 of them for $40. It's actually a really, really good price. You need to check those out.
I have done that one.
You have done that one. Okay,
I have done that. The 2 for $20. Yes.
Yeah. So we got that. Disney Floral and Gifts designed a new not-so-scary Halloween treat bag. Includes a holiday-decorated canvas tote bag with light-up eyes and glow-in-the-dark letters. Also, inside the bag sits Mickey Mouse, crispy treats, candy from Goofy's Candy Company, and a lot more as well. It sounds pretty good, right? Anyone who cannot get to the Magic Kingdom for Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party can buy the treat bags online in a variety of styles from the Disney Floral and Gifts websites. Of course, I don't think you'll have it before Halloween comes, but maybe you'll have it for next year, or going to Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party next year just at your home. So you can enjoy it then. Some sad news that I do have to report to you guys. Paul Revere, lead singer of Paul Revere and the Raiders, passed away last week at the age of 76. The popular music group from the 1960s was a regular. What?
I know it is a sad story.
It is.
It is. But think about this. A man who's named Paul Revere dies at the age of 76.
You don't get it?
I don't get it.
1776.
Oh, jeez.
The bicentennial, 1976.
Oh,
the spirit of 76.
I never looked at it like that. I never did.
I'm sorry.
I didn't dive that deep.
Totally derail that story because it is a sad story, and we did thoughts and prayers go with his family. But
ironically,
or appropriately, take your pick.
Take your pick. Well, unfortunately, they were a regular when it came to the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival, and so chances of them making it back for that concert series, I guess, are very slim. Coming up in 2015, unless the band decides to show up to play, a tribute tour or whatever. But sad to hear, Paul Revere passed away at the age of 76. Lead singer of Paul Revere and the Raiders. So, moving on. In not so depressing news, but a little bit dangerous though. If you've been to Walt Disney World recently, you would have noticed at the Animal Kingdom the overhead nets that were underneath the Tree of Life. Because following an incident back in 2012, there was a section of a branch that fell into the queue area there underneath the Tree of Life. And, of course, it happened after operating hours. Nobody was hurt or anything. But they did have a near 2-month-long refurbishment, and they put those nets up after that incident. Well, those nets have now come down.
Yay.
So when you walk through, it's tough to be a bug. You won't have these nets over your head. But still, keep your head up. Be watching just in case. But Disney says they have fixed the problem, so you shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. Tree of Life is back looking fabulous and in grand fashion like it always has. So, like I said, just keep your head up. All right, let's talk about Soundstage 1. We talked about this last week on the show. Over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Soundstage 1 and the area of, I've already forgot about it, the Backlot Tour, which has shut down and is gone. Well, speculation has been building that a third Toy Story Mania track is going to be installed in Soundstage 1 at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And this week's Fast Pass only testing seems to all but confirm these plans to be put into action. Now, since operating in spring of 2008, we know that Toy Story Mania suffered long lines, high demand for Fast Pass Plus and regular Fast Pass when it was around. The lack of family rides that you have at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and really the high repeat value that the attraction has really contributed to these wait times of, 2 to 3 hours at least, sometimes when it comes to Toy Story Mania. It's a very, very long lines. So, sitting next to Toy Story Mania is Soundstage 1, which is now vacant. And as of last week, it became a construction site. Literally, they've blocked it off. And what speculation is right now, that it could soon become a third track for Toy Story Mania. Wouldn't just have one, wouldn't have two, we would have 3 tracks. Now, obviously, Disney Imagineers and management would want to add to the capacity of this attraction and help reduce the wait times for standby and allow for more Fast Pass Plus reservations to be made. Now, with this week's testing of eliminating the standby line, I mean, they literally took it away and said, you can only get they handed you a Fast Pass. They said, here's a Fast Pass, come back at this time. And then left Fast Pass Plus in place as well. So those of you that made a reservation for Toy Story Mania, you still got that as well. No standby whatsoever. So this trial run is just really to see how the attraction can be, in my opinion, kind of refigured in the near future if they were to have a third track added to Toy Story Mania. Now, once the expansion is complete, what park operations is going to be able to do is they're going to be able to say this. Okay, 1 track is going to be for standby. 2 tracks are going to be for Fast Pass Plus. Or reverse it. 1 track is going to be for Fast Pass Plus, and 2 tracks are going to be for standby. I think this is how Disney is looking at this testing phase, when it's only Fast Passes that they've handed out and Fast Pass Plus that has already been reserved. And what they did is they used real-world guests to test this type of a redesign that I think that Disney is probably putting into motion when it comes to Soundstage 1. Now, right now, Disney has not made any type of a comment whatsoever or announced any type of an expansion whatsoever when it comes to Toy Story Mania. And as always, we do know that plans do change, and the information could change at any time until something is officially announced by Disney Parks. Eric, you look like you're chopping at the bit here to say something. What you got, man?
Well, I agree with you that this is really the only way that could work. I mean, it's like in Space Mountain, where you go in, Fast Pass has 1 line and Standby has the other. They have their own separate tracks. So right. I think you've got to do this. You've got to expand it, because how many times have we all went to Disney World, and if you're not there at rope drop, you might as well forget about a standby line that's less than 2 hours long. And all the Fast Passes are gone for the day by 10 o'clock in the morning.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, it makes sense to me that they would have to do it that way. Now, if they're having just a third track, then here's how I could see it working. You have 1 track purely for standby, 1 track purely for Fast Pass. The other one would flex. You could either say, okay, well, we'll let either both Fast Pass and standby in this track, or If we've got like a run on standby line, well, we'll let this one be standby. Or if we've got like a lot of Fast Pass Plus people reserved from 60 days out, which I think is an abomination anyway, then you can bring this, you can make that all Fast Pass.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think, I think the best way to work it out is to let that flex. That you don't rigidly dedicate it to one or the other.
So basically, you would just open it whenever you needed it. You wouldn't leave it open all the time.
No, you'd leave it open all the time. It's just who got to use it.
Yeah.
So you basically say, okay, well, you could look at the Fast Pass Plus reservations and see which days are going to be extremely heavy.
Sure.
So you could just say, all right, well, on this day, we're going to make sure that that third line is going to be all Fast Pass.
Right.
So
let's talk about this testing phase that Disney did with Toy Story Mania this past week. Now, we've seen this happen before. We've seen it happen with Anna and Elsa over at Princess Fairy Tale Hall. We saw them attempt to try and do this with Soarin', which turned out to be an absolute disaster. Did not work out the way that they thought it was. So I think, Disney management went back to the drawing board and said, well, here's how we probably need to do this better. Now, Eric, the story that I read that you posted earlier this week had an interesting comment on it that it literally terrified me when I looked at it. And it specifically said, one lady specifically said that she thought within the next 10 to 15 years, it will be at the point to where there will be no more standby lines at a Walt Disney World park, or any park for that matter, that all attractions would be reservation only.
You know
how devastating could that be to Disney parks if they were to do something like that?
I think that is probably... I wish I could say the lady was totally freaking nuts, but I think I could see where she would make that prediction.
Yeah.
I will say this: if Disney ever did that, that would be the last. I would not set foot in another Disney park at that point, ever, because you know who this benefits, and this goes back to and Disney experience and all that. You are sucking the life if you plan everything down to a minute. You know who loves to do the uber neurotic soccer moms out there who love to plan everything. And I see this on other Disney websites. Is like, oh, I love this because I love to plan. I love to pretend I'm going just to plan things out. I mean, that's the only argument that I have ever heard or seen in favor of Fast Pass Plus. The words, I like to plan.
Yeah.
Not, I think it's a good innovation because of the technology. Not, I think this is going to help keep the crowds moving. No, it's, I like to plan. I'm sorry, but if I want schedules and spreadsheets and databases and deadlines, I'll keep my butt at work. That's
actually a really good point. That's a very good point. I like that. Yeah.
I mean, you go to vacation to get away from this thing. And in all fairness, some of these people who go, I like to plan, may not have that. They may be in a situation where they don't have to deal with all these timetables and deadlines and schedules and all that. So, yes, I'm sure that would be a fun thing to do. But let me tell you something. You do it 40 hours a week, crap gets old.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't want to have to sit down, 2 months before my Disney trip saying, okay, kids, we are going to skip up Main Street, USA at 6:37 p.m. At 6:41, we're going to turn left at the Crystal Palace and enter Fantasyland. And I'm afraid that that's exactly where we're going to head.
it almost becomes a level of obsession to literally plan out your every last step on a Disney vacation. Doing your reservations and planning out where you want to eat and times that you want to eat. You want to do it before this parade, or you want to do it before fireworks, or you want to do it before the crowds really show. I can understand that. That's fine.
That I understand as well, because if you're talking like Disney dining plan, you have to plan this stuff out in advance.
You do, yes, you do, definitely.
And now that the Disney dining plan has come along, you pretty much have to do it anyway, even if you're not on the dining plan, just to get around all these people who are on the dining plan.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So, I mean, that's necessity. But you cannot ever convince me that there is a legitimate need to plan when you're going to ride Pirates of the Caribbean 2 months before you set foot on Disney property. There's just no way.
Because it comes down, Eric, to, let's use Pirates of the Caribbean, for instance. Okay, we have a reservation at 10:13 to be at Pirates of the Caribbean. And that attraction, what lasts? 10 to 15 minutes, about 13 minutes or so?
Yeah, something like that.
Once you actually get on maybe a little bit longer. I don't know the specific time. I'm too busy singing the song. I'm not timing the attraction.
There you go.
Right. And so you get off the attraction, and Mom looks at you, or Dad looks at you and says, okay, we have to be at Space Mountain at XXX time. And that gives us 7 minutes and 26 seconds to get from Adventureland over to Tomorrowland. Let's go, kids. You can't tell me that you've got all these gift shops, you've got all these little other things, details, so many details that Disney has put into their parks as far as decorating and everything else, making every land themed the way it is, that you're going to tell me that everybody's going to stay on a schedule and not stop and check something out, that Disney has a small show going on or a shop that they want to check some merchandise at. Do you have to set time along? Do I have to do reservations to step inside the Emporium on Main Street, USA, just so I can get inside? Do I have to make a reservation for that?
There you go.
I mean,
that's where that mentality is going to take us.
Yeah, it is. It is. I agree with you.
I mean, and this is going to be like the Disney Vacation Club people that are out there in the parks and downtown Disney and all that are going to go, hey, do you have a minute to talk about to talk about Disney Vacation Club?
No.
Oh, no, we've got to be at this attraction in 47 seconds. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I hope and I pray.
Too much is too much.
It is. I hope and pray that it does not come to something like that. Because if I have to plan out every single step of my vacation, I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
I will go to the Bahamas. I will get on Carnival Cruise or Disney Cruise Line, as long as they don't have to reserve everything you do on that, and take my ass to the Bahamas and have a great time and sit and relax, and that is what a vacation is supposed to be in the first place.
You mentioned the Bahamas and Disney Cruise. Man, if you ever get a chance, do it. I'm telling you, do it.
I've never personally been on a Disney cruise, but the combination of the two, you got to go, man. You got
to go. Castaway Cay is like heaven on earth, especially the adult beaches, which is on the other side of the island.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot see the ship. You cannot see the other beaches. Depending on which way the breeze is blowing, you cannot even hear the other beaches. It's all the adult beach, very quiet, very understated, very serene, I'm just going to park myself in this hammock and I am going to sleep and just enjoy my day doing absolutely freaking nothing.
That sounds so nice. Jeez. I would love to be able to do that. Well, let me get your insight on this possible third track for Toy Story Mania, and also, Disney attractions being reserved only. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's great that they're putting in another track to move crowds along a little faster.
I mean, we don't know that. It's just speculation. Remember, it's just we don't know that they're doing it yet.
If they do that, it would be great. As far as making your reservations ahead of time, or planning everything out, I started making my trip plans here about 3 months ago, and let me just tell you, I did not expect people to start making the reservations at midnight, 180 days out for these restaurants. It's like they're forcing people to make their reservations. They're forcing everybody to go this route. And let me just say, started planning 3 months ago. I am not getting any freaking reservations to any place to eat there that has character dining or any place really nice, because everything is all booked up. Even some of the Fast Pass stuff is gone. It's like it's non-existent.
Right.
It's like, okay, I thought it was like 45 days out that you could start booking this stuff, you know, and I made a mistake of like I don't know, 43 days out or so. Everything is totally gone. It's like people are rushing like mad to get these things, and if you don't do it at midnight when they come available, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, that's true. I have heard, and I have not tried this myself, but I'm going to try it next year for my Disney vacation. I have heard, 180 days you can make your reservations for Disney dining at one of their, fantastic restaurants that they have throughout the resort. But what I have heard is that if you are going to be staying on Disney property, that you can add an extra 10 days to that 180 days to make your reservations. That is what I have heard. Now, I don't know if you can do it online or not, but I have heard if you call in to WDW Dine, let them know, give them your resort information, they will let you start making dining reservations an extra 10 days out. Haven't tried it myself, so it may or may not be true, but if you've got a vacation coming up and you're close to that 180-day mark, you're 185, call up Disney Dining and ask them. You know what? Even better, when Kristen comes on the show, we need to ask her. We need to talk to her about that. She is the travel expert here on WDW After Dark for Magical Journeys Travel. So we need to ask her if that is an actual fact, if you can do that. Because if that is the case, I'm going to start booking an extra 10 days earlier than waiting until when that 180-day mark starts. That morning, you need to be up with speed dial ready to go or the best internet connection in the world to make your Disney reservations starting at 6 a.m. because they open up, I think it's 7 for Disney dining reservations, and have it ready to go, because if you don't, you'll be in a situation like Will to where you can't go anywhere to eat because every single restaurant is taken up.
You're going to be stuck at the Electric Umbrella eating a cheeseburger.
Yeah, this trip that I'm going on, I'm staying at the Contemporary. I can't even get into a freaking restaurant at the Contemporary because everything's all gone.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's gotten out of hand.
It has.
Thank
God for room service, though.
I remember this is how we would used to plan our trip. I would be sitting in my office, like say on a Monday morning. I would get a call from my wife saying, "Honey, I need some Mickey love. See if you can get Friday or Monday off, and then call to see if you got any annual pass holder discounts on a hotel room."
Yeah.
That would be as far out as we went, and more often or not, we would make our dinner reservations when we got down there.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to do that now.
No.
And that's.
I will say there is one good thing that I did get this past week from Disney Destinations. Got an email from them. They are trying a brand new Fast Pass Plus system. They're testing it out right now for the Be Our Guest restaurant lunch hour. And they sent me an email asking me to participate in the test. And so after all this time that I've been trying to get a reservation to eat at the Be Our Guest restaurant and not have to wait 2.5 hours just to eat lunch, I looked at that and I said, no, there's no way. I don't have time. I got other things I want to do.
Let me tell you a little bit about that, Jeff. I got the same thing. I tried to book it. All the Fast Pass Pluses were gone for that the second I got it.
I got lucky.
Oh.
And out of the 4 days that I'm in the park, I'm only in the park for 4 days, okay? The last day that I am there, I got a Fast Pass Plus reservation for Be Our Guest restaurant at around noontime. That was the only day that was available, and I got the email one day after because I was off the previous day. So I got lucky.
Have you been to Be Our Guest yet?
I have not. I have not been able to get inside that place.
Now, see, I thought that when you and your mom went down that you were able to do that. Because
well, I mean, that
about Fantasyland.
Right. That at that time, that was 2 years ago, back in 2012.
Yes.
That was when the new section of Fantasyland had just opened. It was in a soft open status.
Got it.
And they were not doing any type of service whatsoever there in the Be Our Guest restaurant. I got to see the inside of it behind a rope, because they wouldn't let anybody go all the way in. But I did get to see, the opening area, the queue area, when everybody, orders their food and stuff like that. I did see the dining room, from behind a rope, but that's it. I have not had a single bite of food from that place. Nothing. So
I can't tell you anything about it because they have changed the menu radically since I was there.
But you did get to eat there, though.
I did get to eat there. The experience is awesome.
Yeah.
The experience is awesome, especially the way that they bring your meals to you.
I'm not totally bummed out that I did not get dinner reservations. I am bummed about it. I mean, I would really like to eat dinner there in the evening, but I have heard that the lunch menu items are just as good. So I'm thankful that I get the chance to try it this time around and not have to wait 2.5 hours in line just to eat lunch. Now,
Eric, did you try the gray stuff?
No, but I've heard it's delicious.
Same here. They actually do have gray stuff.
Yes, they do.
What is the gray stuff?
You got to try it.
But what is it?
We don't know.
We don't know.
You just hear it's delicious.
Okay, well, if I get an opportunity. Do they serve it at lunch, the gray stuff?
I think they might serve it all the time.
I did not see.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be taking lots of pictures, so if they have gray stuff on the menu, I will say I want the gray stuff.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, very good discussion. Let's move on. Walt Disney Board has extended Bob Iger's stay as chairman and CEO of the company all the way through June 2018. Now, this is going to be the third time that his position at the company has been extended after previously announcing departure dates from the company. As far as I know, is supposed to be next year. Iger's last extension with the company was to be until June 30th, 2016, which was announced back in July of 2013. Disney had previously announced in October 2011 that Iger would step down as CEO on March 31st, 2015, and then serve as chairman until June 30th, 2016. So the way I see it is this. With the acquisition of Marvel and Lucasfilm, I honestly believe that Bob Iger wants to see this go through all the way. He's already got Marvel, he's already got Star Wars, and I think that there are a lot of different things on the horizon, and that may be a reason as to why he's sticking around, because he wants to make sure that it can turn into what it should be for the Disney company. And I think that's really smart.
I will say this, even with all the recent unpleasantness that has gone on with acts being canceled, attractions being taken down to have the overexposure of Frozen, and just the general overexposure of Frozen to begin with. I having said all that, I think that Iger has done a pretty good job in his position. So I'm good with this.
It's a hell of a lot better time for Disney than towards the end of Eisner's position
at
the head of the company. Because literally, people were begging for his head when it comes to Eisner. They were begging for his head. Somebody please do something. Get rid of this asshole before he destroys this company. That's what it was like for Eisner.
There was a fight for, I mean, the shareholders meeting, there was a vote. He was the only one on the ballot, but there was a very significant no vote. It was basically the vote of no confidence in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it came very, very close to passing. I mean, I don't remember the actual percentage, but it was startlingly high.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that should have been a wake-up call to Eisner, to anybody, really.
Yeah, it should have been. But Iger, Bob Iger is not in this position whatsoever.
No, he is not.
With, him, Club Penguin, Frozen, Star Wars, Marvel, so many different things, and the new Fantasyland area, and just other stuff that this man has done with the Disney company has been nothing short of fantastic.
Yeah.
Aside from, like you said, the closures, of course...
Which, I mean, from a purely business standpoint, I understand it. I get it.
Yeah, sure.
And I get that if Disney World and Disneyland and Disney parks are to continue to move forward, they're going to continue to stay fresh and keep people moving in. Sometimes things you like have to go. Your Mr. Toads, your Alien Encounters.
Sure.
If you had wings, Mission to Mars, Off Kilters, they have to go at some point. It doesn't make it feel any better.
No, it doesn't. No.
But you understand.
The thing is, you get into this level of comfort with the Disney parks when things are around for a long time. And you plan your Disney vacations around these certain types of things. People plan their vacations around food and wine. They plan it around Star Wars weekends. Some people even plan their vacations, hey, this specific day, we're going to go to Epcot and we're going to check out Off Kilter. We're going to stay, for a full show and enjoy the music. Then we're going to go check out the Fife and Drum Corps over at in America.
Not anymore, you're not.
Not anymore, you're not. They're gone, too. They finished up this past week. But those types of things, and Maelstrom Attraction, and not that everybody was planning their vacations around, today we go to Maelstrom. Yes! No, that's not the case. It did not happen whatsoever. But the level of comfort comes in when you know that there are certain things at a Disney park. And I think that Bob Iger knew that, but he also took into consideration what Walt Disney said himself. These theme parks are not museums. These things are not here to stand the test of time, unless, of course, you're talking about Cinderella Castle, Sleeping Beauty Castle, things like that. Yes, those are there to stand the test of time. Those will never go away. If they were to go away, I can't imagine the type of problems the Disney company would have as far as the Disney parks are concerned. But Bob Iger has done a fantastic job, and I'm very, very excited to have him around until 2018. That gives him even more time to expand the Marvel universe, to expand the Star Wars universe, and bring even more fantastic attractions, even if they are frozen attractions, to the Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland as well. So I'm excited about it. I think it's a great thing. He's a great guy. Fantastic. Let's touch real quick on FastPass Plus real quick. The actual touch points when it comes to FastPass Plus, the merge points that you take your band and you put it up to the little circle with the Mickey and it lights up and all that crap and everything. Well, they have been upgraded to a new standby light sequence. Now, some guests were finding it kind of difficult to see the RFID touch point in the queue of many of the dark rides because it was so dark in there. And a new white cycling light sequence continuously plays in between guest interactions so that guests can see where they need to put their Magic Band at. Now, when a Magic Band or an RFID ticket is detected, the touch point displays the usual green success sequence and then reverts back to the cycling white sequence after that. So kind of a good thing that people were kind of complaining, I can't see where I'm needing to do this, which kind of adds to the time of, FastPass Plus getting people in there or whatever it may be. So that's another good, step forward when it comes to using the magic bands and using those things in order to say, hey, yes, I've got a reservation's turning green. I knew what to do, so we're good to go there. So just touching real quick on that FastPass Plus option right now. Okay, so we need to move on over to the World Showcase as our final story for the evening. Oh, boy. All right. Last week, Dwayne Bevel of the Orlando Sentinel reported that, and this was the name that was given, the Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show made its debut over at Epcot as the newest live act, which started back on October the 5th. Now, the report originated from a Facebook post on literally the Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show page during that week, which said, quote, "It can now be announced, and it's official, that we have a year-round permanent lumberjack show at Walt Disney World Epcot." And then sometime later, somebody removed the post from Facebook on that page, and Disney did not make any type of official statement about the announcement. But, of course, the act is in full swing now. They're in the World Showcase at Epcot, and it is called the Canadian Lumberjacks. So can you say the word bland as far as the naming of a show? Very bland.
Fits.
It does. That's what they're doing. It is a lumberjack show, and it is...
And it is bland.
It's Canadian, okay? So, literally, already on social media, videos are flying all over the place, okay? With coverage of the new act in the World Showcase, right on the very same stage that Off Kilter performed on for so many years. So many years. Video also showed Walt Disney World management attending a few shows to probably, see what the reaction was from the crowd, see how the show was going. But, unfortunately, that may not have gone as well as Disney management thought it would be. Now, true, I will say this. Some were stopping to take a look at the new show in the World Showcase, but the interest in the show from guests didn't really last very long, okay, even though it's brand new. Some stayed for only a few minutes during about the 15-minute show, and then simply just moved along. Reports also this past week from the former Off Kilter stage included a fan of the former Epcot band Off Kilter laying a wreath at the front of the stage, almost treating it as a burial ground, per se, paying tribute to the many years of Off Kilter that was part of the Disney family. They laid a wreath, as like it was a funeral, okay?
Did they do it while the Canadian Lumberjacks were on the stage?
That I don't know, because I only saw a picture of the wreath. I don't know when it was laid. Now, I can almost guarantee you that the wreath did not stick around very long.
No, I'm quite sure of that.
I am almost guaranteeing Disney management grabbed that thing and probably ran as quickly as they could. Okay? But it does not... I mean, that's a little extreme for me, to lay a wreath at the foot of the stage saying, thank you, Off Kilter, blah, 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 to 2014, the dates and everything else, treating it like it's a funeral, like they're dead or something. That's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe somebody did that. That's uncalled for. Totally uncalled for.
I agree it's extreme, yes. If ever there was a clear message to Disney management from, I guess, a large segment of the fan base, that would be it.
That would be it, yeah.
And while, yes, you say it was uncalled for, yes, it was inappropriate, yes, I say it was extreme, but how many of us out there agreed with that sentiment? I mean, how many of us sympathized with it?
I sympathize 100%.
Yeah. So,
but it's not something. I don't think that was needed. I don't think you have to go to the extremism of laying a wreath as if you're at a funeral. for a bunch of guys that played music at the World Showcase. I just honestly think it's too damn much. Too much.
I know I would not have done it.
No.
I know I would not have done it.
I sure as hell wouldn't. No.
And Lord, this is coming from somebody who plays an off-kilter song every week on his own freaking show.
Yeah.
So yes, I was sad to hear that they were going. I was sad to see them go, but at the same time, I feel bad for the lumberjack performers now, because
wait till we get to that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm saying I feel bad for them because of all this.
I hope they did to see that. I hope they didn't have to see that.
Yeah. Well, they will. If they hadn't, they will, with the way things go viral.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
So I don't think that this group will ever be accepted. And and to a great deal, it's not going to be their fault.
It's not. And I'm just going to say right now, I've already watched the new show. They're in the World Showcase via YouTube. And I did that simply because I didn't want to have to waste any time when I get there to watch it. Okay? And that's bad if it's brand new and I already don't want to waste time watching it, okay? And I'm really sad to say that I'm beginning to understand why so many people lost interest in this show so quickly. Because really all it is four guys sawing on wood, throwing axes, and chopping wood. That's it. Okay? I mean, that is all this show is. And then there is one guy. This guy could be a lineman for any NFL team he chose, okay? He's freaking huge, massive dude, okay? And can chop wood. Don't get me wrong. He can chop the hell out of some wood. But this is such a bland, I'm not going to say boring, but non-stimulating show to replace Off-Kilter. It is... I don't have words to describe. I really don't.
I do not. So we're talking about this.
We're talking about it. Do your thing, man.
Okay. I like I said before, I do feel sorry for these guys because they're good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to be on the receiving end of one of the the burly guys' axe blows, because I mean. He could be like the headless horseman and just take a head off. He can be an executioner in medieval times.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like, yeah. So, there are skills involved. They have to be good at what they do, and they are good at what they do, and I respect them for that. However, there's a reason that they show this kind of stuff on ESPN during the wee hours of the morning or when there's something else going on another channel.
That's a fact, yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be a high-draw sport.
It's
now,
not.
I did like when they were throwing the axes, the act of throwing the axe, because... What would have made it better had there been a zombie on the target instead of just like the round target.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, well,
I mean,
John
not that throwing an
axe
axe.
the head, so he
It's
wins.
not like throwing an axe is the easiest thing in the world. I will say that. That takes skill to do that. Yes.
Yes.
But it's just kind of...
They spent more time explaining how dangerous it was and how you needed to stand back behind the line than they did actually throwing. I was just kind of like, is that it?
Well, that and the whole, let's get them ready. All right, blue team. All right, you want the blue team to win? Yeah, all right. You want the red team to win? Yeah, all right. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And you're expecting just something.
I'm expecting Gimli from Lord of the Rings to be chopping that axe through the air and taking an orc down and knocking him about 10 feet back. That's what I'm expecting. when I saw the YouTube video, that's not what I saw.
No.
I saw, and what I heard in the audience, I would have been shocked. Just the YouTube video that I watched, I would have been shocked if they had turned the camera around on the crowd and there had been more than about 15, 20 people there. Yes, you can almost hear each individual person saying blue or red or yay.
You didn't get a lot of this.
No. Okay, Will, Jeff, clap with me. Come on, clap. That's what I heard.
Kind of like the golf clap at the Masters.
Yes.
Just a nice little clap.
Yes. I mean,
hope nobody sees me clapping.
Yeah, little lumberjacks!
You're not going to see a drunk person dancing to this show.
No, you're not.
I promise you that.
You may see a drunk person try and get one of. You might see a drunk person trying to grab one of the axes.
Here, let me throw one. I just,
And
Who called that a throw?
And I hate to say this, but the host of this thing, this guy has got like zero personality. Yeah.
He's trying.
He's really trying.
Bless his
God
heart, he is
bless
trying.
him. God bless him. He is trying, but it's just it doesn't carry over, dude. It doesn't. I'm sorry. You need to do something.
It doesn't. It's like it's kind of like he's the host of a local game show. That's what he strikes me as.
This is a one and done show. See it once, you don't need to see it again.
No.
Because guess what? There is no other ways that you can change chopping wood.
Well,
or
you can
sawing
go
wood.
up, then down with the chainsaw.
Or you can go left, then right.
Yeah.
But with Off Kilter, at least you had the chance of hearing some new music.
Yes, you did. Now, granted, this is new. They are going to tweak this, I am sure.
Oh, God, I hope so. Gee whiz.
Here's what I'm doing. Iger, if you're listening, get one of these tubes with the chainsaws. Have him do a speed sculpture. You know, the people that'll like carve, like, you know, you go in like Gatlinburg or, you know, just some other place. You see these guys with McCulloch chainsaws, and what are they doing? They take a log and boom, they carve out like a bear or an eagle or, you know,
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse. Do frickin' Brother Bear, okay? And just
that's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
And just carve him in there. Do the speed. It's like 30 seconds later, haha, it's Coda. Yay!
That would get this. And we get this. Yeah. Oh my God! Look at that! Take pictures!
Yeah. I mean, there's ways to make it interesting, and I'm hopefully we will see that happen. It's like with the first season of a new show, the first season's going to suck. You go into it expecting it.
Unless it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., of course.
Okay, well, then the first half of the season sucks. The first half of the first season. Yeah.
Mr. Hershey, Will, you've been extremely quiet. You've been extremely quiet, Will, on this whole Canadian Lumberjack Show there at the World Showcase, and so I'm curious to know what your view is on this. Oh crap!
I liked this video. I didn't want to watch the whole thing, but I forced myself to watch this thing, and I came to realize something. I'm out of toilet paper in the bathroom. Yeah, I went there. While we're at it, you know, they're adding this show to Epcot to replace Off Kilter. I mean, they took away Off Kilter, they took away the Moroccan show, which I liked, and they gave us heavyset guys with pancake and maple syrup fatuations.
You just went there, pancake fatuation.
Yes. Yeah, I have that problem when I go to IHOP, not Epcot. Sorry.
I mean,
That's what it is. They thought they were playing for IHOP.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense.
why stop there? Let's add some shows to the American Pavilion, like the Housewives of America. Let's have dishwashing races, vacuum derbies, laundry folding competitions, and while we're at, let's add something for the husbands as well, like leaf raking, barbecue flipping, and maybe some lawnmower races. I mean, I did not like what I saw, and I mean, after I watched this, even though I didn't pay for it, I still think I'm due a refund. I mean, the only way I'm going to go there and watch the show is if they hand out fast passes to another attraction.
So what you're saying is they should do the promotion of watch this show and get a Soarin' Fast Pass free.
Jeez. Oh, God.
Bribery works. I could see that.
It does. It does. Yeah, it does. And thank God it's only like 15 minutes long.
That's 15 minutes out of your life you're never going to get back.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you these are probably the nicest guys, if you're to talk to them, probably the nicest guys to talk to. And it is not their fault. This is their life.
Yeah.
They are, lumberjacks. This is what they do for a living, which has a huge impact on the world in so many different ways, But is it Disney worthy to have a show like this to replace something like Off Kilter, which had a following that was unbelievable?
So, it's like I said earlier, I feel sorry for these guys.
I do too. I really do.
Because really, I'm trying to be at least somewhat nice here.
Don't try too hard.
I mean, because I'm sure they're good guys.
Yeah,
they're skilled at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And they are. I don't want to say they're stars in their own right, but within their field, I'm sure they're well known.
Yeah.
It's just Disney's going to have to do a better job of selling this to the public if they want to keep it going. I don't know if that means, making the target Mickey head shaped. I don't know. It just trying to work some more showmanship into it, because I just didn't see any.
Yeah.
Was this just something they thought up, spontaneously? Hey, let's get lumberjacks in there. Let's put this in there,
No, I don't even think it was spontaneous. It was about the money. That's what it was.
Where's the money in this ad? I mean, I don't see them selling flannel shirts very often.
No. It's not like they're going to get huge DVD sales off lumberjack competitions on DVD.
No, but it is a case of we don't have to pay these guys as much as we did the guys from Off Kilter.
There you go. I don't know if they're going to sell a lot of T-shirts that say "I love lumberjacking." Whatever.
Now, I would buy one if it was doing like the Monty Python. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. So that one. The hell? There's no Asians around.
Hey, there are Asian lumberjacks too. Okay, just
they
saying.
like maple syrup.
That's right.
Oh, we got to jump on tree.
Oh, jeez. God bless them for what they're doing, and they're excited about it. They're happy to be there, and they want to entertain everybody. Now, we are not telling you, the viewers, or podcast listeners, we're not telling you not to go and see the show.
No.
Definitely 100. What's that, Will?
We're warning you.
I mean, we are just letting you know that, yes, go see it and make your own opinion of what the show is and how the show does. If you want to watch the YouTube video, if you want to and you want to be surprised, wait until you get to Walt Disney World and then, go see the show. And then make your own assessment of what you think it is. A good show. If it's crap, bring something else in, for God's sakes, whatever. We're not telling you not to go see it.
Though.
No, don't bring a wreath in for crying out loud. People don't do that. That's because and it's like Eric, it's like you said. I really hope that these guys did not see that actually happen.
Yeah,
especially the very first week you're doing the show.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean they're kind of like in a catch-22. No matter what they do, unless they come out in kilts and playing bagpipes as they throw the axes, they're not going to be accepted.
Ooh, that sounds like a cool idea. Have some off-kilter playing in the background, they're throwing swords, like juggling, and the Moroccan belly dancers come back out and they're there doing their thing. Yeah.
No.
He's got a belly dancer fetish, Jeff.
I know he does. It's God, Will. Is that the only reason you like that show?
Which one?
Will's going like, what, they play music too?
She wasn't even out there until more than halfway after the show was over. I know,
I like the music. I liked it all. It's kind of cool.
I like the music. What was the name of the band?
Belly Dancers.
See? See? He doesn't even know the name of the damn band. Come on, Will. What was the belly dancer's name?
It's the belly dancer backup band.
I was paying too much attention to the band.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
She has smaller belly than the current show at the Canadian.
Your belly dancer's out the door. Go pick her up. Go let her in so that you can have your belly dancing fix for the week. Jeez. You know what? Golly. We could sit here and talk about this for a lot longer. But all in all, this is what Disney decided. This is what they said. This is what's replacing it. Well, so we said this about Maelstrom when it closed, and we told you that Frozen was coming in as a brand new attraction at Norway. If you don't want to see it, then don't see it. Go somewhere else.
I figured out what they're doing, Jeff. I just figured out what they're doing.
What they're doing?
They are putting a boring show together, making people, why the heck are we here? Let's go grab a drink. They're forcing more sales at the beverage centers.
Are you saying people need to be drunk to see this show?
Yep.
Okay, then.
That's what it's going to come down to. If you don't want to see the show, don't see the show.
Go grab a drink.
Go grab a drink. Go see O Canada, Impressions de France, or something. Anything. Reflections of China. Or go back over to Imagination or Spaceship Earth or Mission Space. Seasman. There's a lot of options to choose from. Don't see the show.
Now we still have the live band in Beer Garden.
Yes.
And please, dear God, don't let
whatever
them
you
them.
do. Kristen would lose her mind.
Yes. She's not the only one.
Ooh, she would. Ooh, man. Oh, she would be pissed.
Yeah.
Because I know Kristen loves the Beer Garden.
Yeah.
So check it out. They're in the World Showcase. The Canadian Lumberjacks on the same stage as Off Kilter. And here we were thinking, well, they're going to build a brand new area for this. It's going to be, maybe stadium seating and, big logs and all this. And they just threw it up on the same stage that the band was on. And at Disney, I got to tell you, very uncreative on your part when it came to putting the show somewhere and having people not think about what used to be there.
Okay.
That was very smart.
let me throw a theory out here for you.
Okay.
What if this is a temporary thing? Now, think about this. They're not saying what's coming out. You know, they haven't said this is a permanent thing. That this is going to be like the permanent replacement for. They said this is coming to that area. This is what we're bringing in. What if this is just, it's really a temporary show for something they've got up their sleeves to come within like a year or so?
That is a good possibility. That's a very good possibility.
That would make so much more sense.
It would. It would. And I could see Disney doing something like that.
What, they're going to throw in some logs into the lagoon behind them and have people like balance and run on them?
You know, that had crossed my mind to have logs in the water and have them do log rolling. You know, two people stand on each side of the log and run their feet real fast and try and get the other person in the water. And just saying, it's entertaining, you know, to watch somebody falls off and get wet.
Yeah, at 3 a.m. on ESPN.
Just saying, it's more entertaining than just sitting there chopping wood.
Okay, well, okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. Hopefully, Kristen and Aljon will get a chance to see this video before next week's show, and they can give us their opinion on the Canadian Lumberjack Show, now playing in the World Showcase over at Epcot in the Walt Disney World Resort. And ladies and gentlemen, those are all of your top headlines this evening on WDW After Dark. We definitely hope that you have enjoyed the show. Now, don't forget, now you can either watch the show again right here on YouTube, or you can listen to the show as well on iTunes and also via Stitcher Radio, thanks to the Weeby Geeks Network, who graciously gets it on for us, and we thank them for that. I want to remind you again one more time about our sponsors. Make sure you check them out and just give them a click. It helps out the show as we keep the website running and the show running as well. That would be Fandango, Direct2Drive.com, Entertainment Earth over at EntertainmentEarth.com, and also Halloween Express. And just in case you are planning to go to the Walt Disney World Resort, we encourage you to contact Kristen Hetzel over at Magical Journeys Travel. She is an expert when it comes to planning your Walt Disney World vacation and will help you with every single aspect of your vacation to get you ready. When it comes to Fast Pass Plus and dining reservations, she is the one to talk to. Trust me on this. I've been using Kristen for what? I guess 4 years now that she has planned my Walt Disney World vacations for me and has done a fantastic job every single time. And if you're headed to the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, you need to check out her book, DiningAtDisney.com's Epcot Dining Guide. It's brand new for this year. You can pick it up on her website, DiningAtDisney.com, and give her a good review, too. She did a fantastic job on that book.
It is a good read. It really is.
It is. And Eric did a fantastic job on the cover as well, in case you did not know that. Eric, yes. Toot your horn. Hong Kong. Okay.
Hey, I ain't saying I ain't a genius, but you know.
Yeah, well, okay, all right. Just don't get crazy.
She did the heavy lifting on this one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. You
Also,
don't buy the book for its cover. You don't judge the book by its cover.
Also, don't forget to check out HalloweenExpress.com if you're looking for that Halloween costume before October the 31st. Make your purchase right now over at HalloweenExpress.com. And finally, the holidays are coming up, and you need to get those Christmas and holiday gifts ready. Check out Amazon for great deals. You can usually find some of those great items that you're looking for less than retail. Click on Amazon banner right here over on the WDW After Dark website. Mr. Eric Allen, where can everybody find you, and how can they listen to you every single week?
Well, they can listen to me every single week on Sorcerer Radio at www.srsounds.com. That is Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern, with the encore presentation being during Extra Magic Hours on Sorcerer Radio at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can follow me on Twitter at SorcomReview. Check out the show's Facebook page at facebook.com/SorcomReview, or you can send me an email at sorcom@srsounds.com.
Mr. William Hershey, where can they listen to you and find you every single week?
They can listen to me on Sorcerer Radio every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as an encore presentation at 7 p.m. at night. My show is Disneyland Magic. You can catch me on Twitter at SRD Land Magic. At SRD Land
You had
Magic
to think
on
about
Twitter.
that one, did you?
I'm not sure is the one I did.
You can also find me on Facebook at William Paul Hershey Jr. or just go to the Sorcerer Radio's webpage on Facebook page. Click on the Sorcerer Radio little image there on the left-hand corner, and you'll see my show pop up, and then you'll be able to click on my name and follow me through that way as well. Yep, that's how you can get hold of me. Also, YetiChaser@yahoo.com or YetiChaser@gmail.com.
All right, there you go. You
What
can
about
also
you, Jeff?
Well, I'll get to me in a second. You can check out Kristen and Al John's show, WDW Tiki Room, on Sorcerer Radio every single Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. It is the show about all things Disney. They cover it all. You need to check them out. Also, check out Sandy Alexander, Disney Trip Tips, on Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And like we said, we wanted him on the show tonight, but just couldn't seem to get him on. Mr. Dan Barnes, host of E-Ticket Time. Listen to some of your favorite attraction ride-throughs from the Walt Disney World Resort on Sorcerer Radio, Mondays at 1 p.m. Eastern, E-Ticket Time with Dan Barnes. And you can listen to me, DW60, Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern Time as we cover the top headlines from the Walt Disney World Resort. You know, a lot of things can happen when you're planning for your Walt Disney World vacation. You've got attraction closures, you've got new hard ticket events that you can change to check out, and a lot of other different things that we covered during Press Row, and also on all the shows on Sorcerer Radio. So give it a listen, give it a try. We'd love to have you as part of the Sorcerer Radio family in the Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone. You can find me on Twitter at DW_60, and you can also check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/DW60, and I'm also in the Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone as well. We want to thank all of our viewers this evening on YouTube, and we also want to thank our listeners as well on Stitcher Radio and over on iTunes. We hope that you're enjoying the show. Spread the word about it. Go and subscribe to the show and tell people about it on Facebook and Twitter and everything else. We'd love to have more listeners and more viewers every single week. Anybody have anything else before we decide to get out of here and enjoy our holiday weekend? Mr. Eric Allen, you got anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Mr. William Hershey, anything from you?
No, that's it.
Okay, all right. I'm glad you thought that
So long as you
out
thought
before.
about it.
Yeah, he thought about it long and hard, and he didn't have anything else. Next week, we are hoping that Kristen and John will return, and of course, the rest of the talking heads, minus Mr. Hershey, who will be at Walt Disney World next week, will return next week for another edition of WDW After Dark. We hope that you have a fantastic holiday weekend. Drive safely, stay safe, and we will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hasta la vista. Sayonara.
Aloha.
Wiedersehen.
Is this Small World? Are we telling everybody how to say goodbye in every language or something?
Let's not be threatening here.
Okay. Think of this. Think of a combination of Canadian Lumberjacks and Small World at the same time.
You're going to give people nightmares, you know.
I'm sorry.
You should.
I shouldn't do that. All right. We'll see you next week, people. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hear what? I'm receiving some sort of transmission. Routed through the main system. Routing.
Looking to take a Disney vacation or cruise? Contact Kristen of MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Magical Journeys is an authorized Disney vacation planner. Kristen will get you the best price available and continue to search for deals until the day you travel, taking the worry out of planning your fantastic vacation. Kristen can help plan your dining reservations and answer any questions you may have. She'll even send you maps from the parks. So contact Kristen of Magical Journeys for your next cruise or Disney vacation. Contact Kristen of Magical Journeys at MagicalJourneysVacations.com. So what are you waiting for? Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
Wow! That sounds great! I want to go! Well, you can't. Why not? Because we have to stay at our posts and keep rebel scum like him out.
Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
It's time for the top 5 Disney videos of the week.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
The new sound of Sorcerer Radio. Version 3.0.
Sorcerer Radio presents the Sorcerer Radio app version 3.0.
We have the technology.
Check out our brand new Sorcerer Radio app for all iDevices as well as Android devices.
Better, stronger, faster.
Streaming Disney music 24/7. App highlights include a new broadcast window that shows you what you're listening to and what's coming up next.
Hot dog.
Multitasking so you can listen to SR as well as perform other tasks on your iPhone.
Gorge.
Listener access to all of our daily shows. The new interface, a new buffered stream, auto reconnect when signal is lost, visual EQ, pause, rewind, and scrub features, and the new SR info area. Get your virtual Disney World fix today with the new Sorcerer Radio app version 3.0 from Sorcerer Radio.
Be careful with that. It's extremely dangerous.
SRSounds.com.